So, Gaz, hi.
All
We got
right,
another unboxing, which is
another one.
very exciting. And we're doing this
It's
late at night during a week, school night. So we're gonna have to
Yep,
channel our inner children before bedtime energy and procrastinate and all that kind of stuff because that's what they do, right?
yeah, that's it. That's it. So I'll try not to go on and on and on and ask for eight different things before. So
No, it's fine. So who's playing the Tusks or Tusk?
Mark,
Mark
Mark.
is because he finally got off the chain helm,
Mm-hmm.
which is
Mm-hmm.
very exciting. So we're gonna get our first sneak peek, or not sneak peek, like a full unboxing of it, up to like level 2, I believe. Are you ready
Yeah.
to click the button?
Oh, I am. I
Do you have any
am. Right.
predictions?
I predict it will be something punchy.
I thought that from Tusker for some reason.
Oh yeah.
Walrus punch,
I mean,
right? Maybe it's a giant
but
walrus.
yeah, true. I mean, do you think that a Elgox or sorry, Inox, they're Inox in this one, aren't they?
Hmm.
Is too obvious with the tusks?
Do Inox have tusks?
Well, didn't we? Oh, I mean, maybe the big teeth.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, I don't know. I actually don't know. I can't think of. Oh, maybe they do have the horns thing. I'm looking at the drifter now,
Mm.
like in my head, and I think it's got like horny bits. So yeah,
Look, either
look,
way, I hope it's a squishy support with a pet.
ranged squishy support with a pet. We could use
Yeah,
with some ranged assistance. Um,
range anything,
yeah.
anything. Just be range. Just be a dude with a bow. That's it.
All right. Do with a bow. Are you ready to do
Uh, I
this?
also, I also hope the mini is not tiny.
Oh, that's right. You've got them all, but you haven't opened the boxes. Yeah, okay.
Yeah. So let's see.
All right. Ready?
Ready?
Let's go. Oh, we got an orchid
With a bow
with a bow.
in the picture.
Oh, and a pet. Okay, that
Oh,
actually now rings a bell because of the front cover. I think that stood out. For some reason, I didn't make that connection though.
oh yeah, that lion thing, leopard
Yeah, so it's
body
an
thing.
an orchid chieftain,
Interesting.
orchid quarterbacker.
All right, let's read the second paragraph.
Yeah, go for it.
Certain orchids, as though chosen by some supernatural power, are gifted with all the qualities required in a leader. These chieftains wield not only magical power, but tremendous influence over their people and the wilds around them. By becoming one with nature, the chieftains protect both their tribes and habitat while maintaining a balance in the order of life.
Okay.
Okay, so this sounds like a druid,
Yeah,
right?
druid, care bear kind of thing.
Cool, cool.
So,
Hopefully it's a
so,
ranged druid.
so, therefore, that says to me it is probably a squishy range support with a pet,
So good.
right?
So good. Although I have just looked at the player board and without reading any of it, there are so many hexes and arrows. I'm like, oh god. There's
Yeah.
three
Okay.
examples on there. So
Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, first things first. Health wise, it's got the same as the vortex, and I think vortex is slightly lower. Actually, I can
okay.
probably check that right now. Vortex was slightly lower. Okay, so it's like medium-ish health, which is good.
Yep.
Which is good. 10 card hand limit. I don't know what the I think it's the same as chain helm. I think 10 seems to be the going rate these days when it comes to characters hand limits.
Yep. I think so. Like, yeah, 10 is fine as long as you don't have persistence you need out that mess up your first.
That's true. Well, hopefully it has heaps. So, its key thing, mounts. The chieftain has unique special summons called Mount. It's just called Mount. Which you can mount by ending your movement in a hex occupied by the mount. Summon. Mounted summons. So he's got more than one.
Hmm.
That's okay. It's like a bit like a druid hunter in a way, with a collection of pets. Mounted summons are under your control. Ah. At the start of your turn, the mounted summon performs move plus 0, attack plus 0, with you controlling the abilities. That's cool.
Wow.
Okay, so he's playing two characters almost, basically. Full control over it's pretty cool. You and your mounted summon both occupy the same hex for the purposes of targeting, and monsters will focus on your summon first. If your mounted summon dies, or you perform a move ability onto a different hex, you are no longer considered to be mounted on the mount summon.
Okay. So that's saying that mounts are only under your control while
Where
mounted,
you're riding
right?
it, yeah.
Okay, so cool. All right, so that means you can kind of just cruise around on this mount without having to play move abilities. That's cool.
Yeah. So, but at the start of your turn, it will move. You can control it. So it moves, move +0 and attack +0, and then it's your turn, I'm imagining. That's cool.
Are there examples? Are
Yeah.
there anything that looks weird?
So the example is turn 1, it's showing it's moving to and it's finishing its turn on the mount, I think. And then the turn 2 is it's going to move and then attack with you on it, mounted. And then on the chieftain's turn, the chieftain performs a card or something that does move 2, which then dismounts it. And then on turn 3, the mount will have its turn, and then the chieftain will have its turn.
Yeah, okay, cool. Interesting.
So if it's not mounted, you don't control it. Is that what I'm
that's what it
guesstimating
seems
here?
like. It seems like it acts like a normal summon.
Yeah, okay.
And it doesn't seem like it can mount you. So so if you end your turn in its hex, you mount it, right? But if it is acting independently, it's not going to move into your space to like finish on yours. So and then it doesn't combine you into that. So you have to kind of initiate that.
Mate, if there is a card in here that allows your teammates to mount it,
Oh,
that would be so cool. Like, such a cool support. Like, we don't need Mark, we just need your pet.
bring one for everyone, right?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. All right, yeah, this sounds interesting.
Not too difficult to get the concept of, so it'll be interesting to see how it all kind of comes together.
Yeah, that's a good point, actually. Like the special rules on the card here, pretty straightforward, right? It's going to be all about what you summon, what they can do, what you can do with them, that kind of stuff. So, interesting. All right. So, shall we jump into the ability cards?
Yeah, of course.
Do you want to read the milestone?
Sure.
I'm going to predict that it's something to do with mounting 10
Mount
times.
your mount 10 times. Perform a summon action and mount the summon during the same turn 10 times. Oh, okay.
Ooh, okay. That's different.
And then, yeah, 10 boxes. Same sort of stuff.
All right. Shall I kick us off with the first card?
Go for it.
All right. We have Catastrophic Cattle. Summon Fighting Bull.
Oh my God, I'm
I
getting
love this
prison
already.
vibes now. Not you know.
All right. So this is, I guess the way we'll do this is these are all summons. I will kind of read out their abilities and stuff like that and see.
Yep.
All right. So 4 health, 2 movement, 2 attack, no range. It can be mounted, or it says it's a mount. So maybe there might be some that aren't. And it's got push 1. Okay. So every time it attacks, it pushes 1.
Yep.
Now these are burn cards, just so we're clear.
Yep.
And they are going to get attacked if you are riding them.
Yeah.
Because that's what the rule was. If you are in the same hex for targeting, so they're going to. So this seems like he's going to
focus on your summon first.
Yeah, he's going to want to not be there, or just cycle through them all, and it's like be super tanky with your mounts. Okay, it goes to an 88, so it's a classic summon card that is super late.
Yeah.
And the bottom of the card is a move 3. Make grass. Yes.
You got it.
Yes.
You got your synergy. There it is.
All right, cool. All right, interesting start.
So you got to push your pet. Love it. I like the fact that the pets can die. Not because I think that's awesome, but you have to be careful, right?
Yeah.
There's no take backsies. The next one we've got goes at an 87, so it's also really slow. Outrun the enemy. Summon Speedy Ostrich. Love it. 4 health as well. Move 3. So it moves 1 more than the Fighting Bull. It does 1 less damage, so it's an attack 1. It is also melee, and it's just mount, so no extra pushing or anything like that. But while mounted on this summon, at the start of the round, decrease your leading initiative by 10. Oh, it's speed boots built into a
Permanent.
pet.
Yeah.
How cool. Yeah,
Very cool.
2 XP, permanent up, it's a burn. The bottom, 1 summoned ally performs move +0 with you controlling the ability. And if you consume grass, add +2 to the move and 1 XP. Very cool. So it gives you, yeah, okay. So like already I'm loving this. Just the variety of pets are already quite interesting. And then, yeah, you've got some supporting things there in being able to assist yourself in getting the pets in the right place.
Very good. All right, so we got 2 pets so far. Let's see what else. We have piercing darts. This sounds ranged. All right. Attack 1, range 3, targeting 2, pierce 2, eat grass to poison. Okay. So attack 1 is rough, but with the pierce 2, at least you know, hopefully.
Are you talking from experience, guys?
Yes, I am. Range 3 is good though. That's a good range. And yeah, I mean, this seems like I'm gonna poison a bunch of stuff. It does go to 17 if I didn't say that already.
Yeah, I don't know. Interesting because the flask has another. I think it's got an attack where I think it's a ranged attack, attack something, and then something adjacent to it gets poisoned. That either they both do or something. So, not that we're making a combo there, but it's like poison application is quite taken care of now. And so far, so ranged.
Yeah, that's it. So, and then the bottom is gain +1 attack and pierce 1 on all your attacks this round while mounted on a summon.
Wow.
Interesting. Yeah, of course, because you can play that because you don't need to move. Because you're sitting on your mount.
Your mount's
you play
doing
this, and then your mount will move. You get to control it. So, I mean, on those 2 mounts we already went through, that's going to be the bull is going to be a move 2, and the speedy ostrich is a move 3. So you have the ability to kind of maneuver without that. So yeah, I guess that's a cool thing. You can play these +1 attacks. So
and
interesting.
Poison's great. Pierce is great. We love those. We love those things for the group.
We do.
Coming up next, we have Pipe Tomahawk. So this is going at a 26. The top is a ranged attack. It's attack 3, range 2 with pierce 1. So again, more pierce. Creates fire.
Oh my god!
Wow!
I just have a new best friend.
How? How did we roll into this with you?
I don't know.
And then the bottom's a move 4, which is cool. Attack 3, range 2 is good. Pierce 1 and make fire. Yeah, it's pretty good.
Yeah, and I mean, like, a lot of these attacks, we're going to have to make sure you're looking at the attack 3, PS1, always keeping into consideration, if they're top attacks anyway, that you can play the bottom of piercing darts. So,
yes.
Again, attack 4, PS2
on
is
all attacks.
quite good, right?
Yeah, on all attacks, yeah.
So, yeah, okay, interesting. And 2 good initiatives as well. So 17 and 26 is quick. And if you're on Ostrich Boy, right, that's a 7 and a
That's
true.
16. That's so true.
Like, super speedy. All right. Next card goes at a 32. It's called Resurrection. Okay, well, this is super supporty, right?
Yeah, it's going to res us, right?
Yeah, that's right. Okay, so the top is an attack 3. And if you eat grass, it gets +1 attack and advantage. Ooh, okay, that's good.
And it's melee.
It is melee, unfortunately. And then the bottom is recover up to 3 of your lost cards. You cannot recover this card, and it does create grass. So
it's fair to say that there's not going to be a lot of attack burns here, right? This is purely for the summons, right?
I would assume that you're not getting a lot of big DPS burn cards, and that this should say, yeah, just summon your mount back again.
Interesting.
Yeah, it is. It is. Okay.
Although I can see a world where there could maybe be in the level up process. Hey, here's a really cool pet. Here's an attack 6 targeting 2. And it's a burn. And you go down I'm just going to use my default pets, but I'm going to be a hard hitting thing, and this is a key way of getting them back potentially.
I mean, the good thing about this as well, we always talk about burns. The other half is it's spammable. I mean, having an attack 3 that's potentially an attack 4 with advantage at the top of a card, like pretty spammable.
It's pretty damn spammable, provided he's always going to be in the right position. Yeah, okay. Skinning knife. Skinning knife to the top. How, like, I'm not giving it crap or anything like that, but it's just nice to see the basic kind of cards come in here again. Because, yeah. Attack 3 goes to 54, sorry. So your first bin initiative card. Attack 3, create leaf, and 1 XP. Like that's like slightly more complicated than the brute, right? The bottom of it is just a loot 1. Very clean.
Now, normally I would say that the bottom of that card is trash, hard trash, right? Like bottom loots are really tricky because you can't move. You got to already be surrounded by all the coins you want to pick up.
What if
But
something
again,
does that for you?
that's it. Imagine you had some speedy ostrich that could just run around into the right position. So
At initiative 7.
at initiative 7. Very good. Cool. All right. So the next one is called Slow and Steady. Oh, yes. Here we are. Summon Giant Tortoise. This is what we're talking about. Now, this goes at a 93, which is very tortoise-like. And for those who are not aware, I do love a good turtle. So this mount has 6 health, 1 movement, and 1 attack. But it has shield 1, which is pretty cool. And then it also has, while mounted on this summon, you and the summon are immune to forced movement.
Interesting.
Interesting. I feel like that's one of those abilities that will never be relevant until it is really relevant, but we'll forget about it and he'll get pushed into a trap and die. And then we'll realize after that, oh, you were immune to that. So, but yeah, okay, that's interesting. Okay, so this allows you to be, I guess, a little bit more aggressive with your positioning because you're going to have that 1 shield and it's got 6 health.
Yes.
So as long as it's not getting like really smacked, like you're pretty good. And the bottom of the card, just an attack 2, just lazy attack 2 on the bottom.
Which again is almost like a move 2 attack 2, right? Well, provided you're mounted.
Yeah, that's a good point actually. Yeah, you're right because you can be on a mount and then just run around. And, yeah, okay.
So all of a sudden,
if you're riding your
bottom actions could be anything really.
Yeah, that's a good point. A very good point. They can. Whoa.
Yeah.
Okay. This character just suddenly now sounds like really flexible with positioning.
Yeah, 100%. Really flexible. Also, from what we've seen, we've got a tanking mount. We've got a one that changes your initiative speed boot mount, and then a force movement one.
Yeah.
The variety is good. The next one's actually a sniffing hound, which also looks like another mount. Can you ride a hound?
You can maybe ride a wolf, dog, bear.
What about a scout dog? Because that's what this is. And it goes at an 80, and it's called Summon Scout Dog. It's got 4 health, 3 movement, 1 attack, no ranged. Oh, no mount symbol. Got you. So that answers the question. You can't. Upon entering a hex adjacent to a trap, immediately disarm the trap. So you can't ride it, but it's out there. So it's just a pet. And if it enters a hex adjacent to a trap, immediately disarm the trap. I wonder whether or not that affects its AI. That'll probably be in the FAQ.
Yeah, that's true, actually. It's probably not going to, right? Because it still wants to go where it wants to go. It just happens if it moves next to it.
Then it'll probably be a good grant movement target then to clear away.
That's true. So yeah, okay. Very niche. He's gone from a character that loves to throw traps around to one that, is going to...
Hey, they're mine. Let's not get ahead of ourselves.
True.
The bottom is a move 5. So big movement. The only other one, we got 3 and we got 4 and now we have 5, yeah. But of course, we're factoring in mount movement as well, which is another extra 2. So yeah.
Or 3 if you're on the ostrich.
Is the ostrich 3?
Yeah.
Oh, it is.
It's a speedy ostrich. It's not like a regular ostrich.
Yeah, it's a speedy ostrich. I forgot about that.
All right. The next one we have is Soul One summoned ally within range 3 performs move +0, attack +0 with you controlling the abilities. Okay, so we have a top command. And then the bottom is heal 2, affect all summoned allies within range 2. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So you can ride around on your turtle and just throw heals. Throw heals out.
Question. When it says summoned allies, what if you paired up with a bone shaper?
Yeah, that's a really good point. I don't know if the keyword summoned requires you to have summoned them,
That's
or
what I
if it's
mean.
just an ally that has been summoned.
Or an item that's going to summon. I mean, that's something you're summoning, but it's an item. Like items that
Yeah,
summon,
yeah.
like the old skeleton ring or whatever that was from Gloomhaven.
Yep. That's a good question. It's a good question for the FAQ.
Yeah, and road event ones.
Road event snakes and stuff like that. Yeah.
Yeah, cool.
Cool. Interesting card. Yep. Interesting.
Sucker Punch goes at a 14. Attack 3, immobilize. So we get some CC in there. The bottom of it is each time a summoned ally would suffer damage this round, you may suffer the damage instead. Cool. Another option, keeping it flexible. Fast initiative, spammable top. Yeah, like it.
Yeah, that is cool, right? That gives you the opportunity of being like super aggressive and not getting your speedy ostrich murdered.
Yep, that's true.
Yeah, okay, cool. I'm a bit disappointed in the lack of range. We started really ranged and now we've kind of dropped off a little bit. So let's hopefully there's some more ranged abilities.
Which makes sense in a way because the pet keeps you at whatever range you want in a way if you're mounted on it. But yeah, it's a good point.
Okay. All right, well, let's see how we go. The next one is Hunter's Mark. Oh, this has to be ranged, right?
You would think
It puts
so.
a giant arrow on the target.
And these are X's.
So, pardon?
These are the X cards as well.
Oh, wow, we're already up to X.
Look, yeah.
Okay.
When you're doing attack 3, make grass and an XP, there's not a lot to digest.
All right, so it goes at a 15. Okay, so that's pretty quick. Place one character token on one enemy within range 3. This enemy focuses on you before focusing on your mounted summon.
Oh.
Mounted summons add Pierce 2 to all attacks targeting this enemy.
I like that.
Yeah, okay. That's pretty cool. And so that's a round persistent. So play
No,
that.
it's a permanent one, but you can bring it back.
Oh, okay. All right. Sorry. Yeah. Good. Okay, cool. So you place it out and yeah, sweet.
Good for priority targets and shield and all that kind of stuff. And then when he's done with it, he can just retrieve it, goes into his discard, and he can mark something else on a future turn.
Now, a question without notice on this, and this enemy focuses on you before focusing on your mounted summon. That doesn't mean that it picks you over another target that's closer, right? It just, if it would be hitting the hex
Yeah, I think
that you're the focus of, yeah, okay. So you can't use this to like pull aggro, just make a monster just like follow you across the map.
No, I think it's a way of protecting your summon using your health pool. But then, of course, you're getting potentially like great for shield targets ultimately as well.
Yep. Okay, cool. And then the bottom is retaliate 1, affects self and mounted summon.
Man, it's got everything.
So you just play it and have retaliate 1, which I don't mind because that
party doesn't have enough of that already.
Yeah, so Mark play that, and then I just give him another 5. So we do full retaliate build. Cool. All right. That's interesting.
Yeah, I like reading X cards. They always keep things a little bit spicy and interesting. All right. Mounded sight. Is that what I'm saying? Goes in 82. Summon Cavalry Camel. You're enjoying that one.
Yeah, it's good.
5 health, move 2, attack 1. It's a mount. This summon is unaffected by difficult and hazardous terrain. Wow. It is so cool because not only are they giving you a whole bunch from the get-go, but they all have different purposes in different situations. And you're going to have access to all these in general. Like, while you're setting up the scenario to know which ones you're going to need. The bottom is a move to push to targeting one adjacent enemy.
Yeah, what you just said then was very true. Because I'm looking at this going like, oh yeah, you can pull out this one, pull out that one. I remember that playing other summon classes that I did that because you had a lot of different options and some of them weren't going to be relevant, right? Like you bring your Pierce one if there's shield monsters. This is very situational, but you're looking at a scenario, and we've done a fair few of them lately that have had like kind of annoyingly placed hazardous terrain. I mean, this could be your go-to because it's probably better than your speedy ostrich, right? Because you're going to be able to get more movement out of it. So yeah, that's cool.
And then it also makes sense from the other card earlier, recover up to 3 of your lost cards because there's just so many.
Yeah. Yeah. I guess the only problem is if you bring too many, I know they're going to run around and by themselves if you just summon them, go, here, I'm going to go with zoo build. But most of them are attacking for 1 or 2. So even if you want to bring 3 and throw them all out there, like they're not doing a lot of damage normally, but yeah, interesting. Okay. The next card is Prepared Rations. All right. So this is Summon Pack Mule.
Yeah, okay.
All right. So this has 4 health. It moves 3. Okay, so it's a speedy like the ostrich.
Yeah.
It doesn't attack though.
No, it's a
and
mule.
it also, yeah, it's the pack mule. That makes sense. But it has Retaliate 1.
Oh, what do you call it? Thematic broken or whatever.
Yeah.
Mules don't have retaliate. Oh, they kick, don't they?
Yeah, I guess they kick, yeah. And then it says, while mounted on this summon, perform heal to self at the end of each round.
Wow.
So you sit there and you go, you're eating your little rations. Yum, yum, yum,
Or
yum,
the
yum.
mule.
What?
Oh, you're eating the mule. Every round.
Okay. Very good. And the bottom is a move to heal to self.
Oh, he knows how to do that one. What's it? It's like shoveling, whatever. That's like a carbon copy of the other card he had.
Yeah. I mean, this is pretty cool, right? In that it's move 3, so it's the same speed as it's the same as the fastest speed mount we've seen. The retaliate seems a little bit of a non-thing when it only has 4 health, right? Like that's going to be tricky to get much value out of, and the heal can't heal itself, so it's a heal you, not like heal amount. But I mean, there are cards that can heal and stuff like that, which is fine. But yeah, it's interesting because I guess you could ride around on this healing yourself up.
Yeah.
Right? Like get in there, fight a little bit, and then you kind of jump on your pack mule, and then ride around town like just healing. Let's have a snack on your your pack mule.
The other thing about summons that would have been learned from Gloomhaven was the poor scaling into the late game, right? So as the difficulty is increasing, I mean, 4 health is a one-shot in a lot of ways to lose them. So I'm wondering how they're going to fix that, either through the perks or through maybe some persistent cards later. It'd be very interesting because these guys have had an opportunity to sort of review that from the past, right? And yeah, it'd be interesting to see how these are going to scale, if they do.
Yeah, it's a good point. That's a good point. I think there's a possibility because a lot of these seem to be more for your maneuverability than the power of the summon.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Which not to disagree with you, I think they do not scale, and so it'll be interesting to see if they've done anything to help that. But I guess one of the benefits is you're not just throwing them out there and just hoping that they punch real hard. So yeah, cool. All right, well that's the end of the X cards.
Yeah.
Without going into level 2, what do you think?
I think it's really interesting. I'm questioning. I've got one question already, and it's based around the fire generation. It seems very random and out of place for Pipe Tomahawk. But we're seeing a lot of grass. You know, there's a lot of grass synergy with you, which is really cool. It seems simple enough that you can understand exactly what you're doing. I think the trick is going to be uncovering, you know, the combos and uncovering the ordering of how to use things and when. I think that it's got an insane amount of flexibility. And I think that's something that we have learned to appreciate from a lot of the Crimson Scales classes that we've played, is that a lot of them feel very flexible. in their playstyle and what you want to do with them. And I actually think Mark's going to have a good time with this.
Yeah.
I think it'll be
Yep.
different to his play style now on Chainhelm, which is all about trap placement and board manipulation and movement through swinging and all that kind of stuff. He can probably relax off that and enjoy a different type of puzzle. And I actually think this is probably going to provide that.
Yeah, it's a good point.
All right.
All right, level 2.
Level 2.
All right, take us away.
Ceremonial Dance, Gaz. That's your new name, by the way. Initiative 23. Its top is an attack 2, targeting 3, and apply model, and 1 XP. Targeting 3. Not bad. Again,
Yeah, well, I mean, remembering that we've got that card we looked at the start, which was everything, all your attacks this round get +1.
Yeah. Yeah, that, and then of course you can go down the same path of power pots and all that kind of stuff. But interestingly enough, you're right. Like from what you said earlier, apart from those in early cards, we're not seeing a lot of ranged. The bottom of it is you and all character allies within range 3 may perform move 2. Hey,
There we go. Mini birds.
yeah. Like if he picks that, there's going to be a lot of hey.
And
Can we
it
do a
goes
ceremonial
at
dance?
Bird's initiative.
It doesn't. It goes at your bird's initiative, Gaz.
I must have just been thinking of this card the whole time when I was... all right, and the other level 2 card, because he has to pick this. That's not a shoo-in, although it has attack targeting 3. So I assume he's going to take that and a power pot and probably his bashing mace and just do that. The other level 2 card is Medicine Shield. He 100% is not taking this. Heal 3, range 3, eat grass to make it +2. So heal 3, heal 5, range 3, get an XP. Right, it goes at a 19, so it is very quick. That's a 9 on the Speedy Ostrich.
That's right.
And the bottom is a burn.
Oh.
Shield 2 and heal 1. Affect self and all allies within range 3.
Yeah, okay.
That's just once, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's for the round.
Like for the round. Okay, cool. Interesting. So that's a burn, and again, you can make it go pretty quickly. To say, hey, everyone, like, let's not take any damage this turn. Like it's a Born. He's got a force field.
It's like, yeah, the Banisphere ult, but better. Like way better.
So interesting. I mean, like the top of that, like again, the top of that's super spammable. Like heal 5 essentially, or heal 3 at range 3 is really good considering we don't have a lot of healing in the party.
It's one of the biggest ones we've seen.
Yeah. And then with the ability to be like, oh, hey, this turn's going to suck for everybody. Let's just have 2 shield, right?
But it also, like, he's got a card that can recover that as well.
Yeah, that's a good point, actually. Yeah, you're right. Because that's the first. Is that the first burn card we've seen that's not a summon?
I think so.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
Fascinating. Okay.
Yeah. Oh.
I mean, he's 100% taking the attack card, so I don't even know why we're discussing the medicine shield, but
yeah, it's a good point. Yeah, I don't know. Like, just yeah, I'm hoping that the perks will help pull everything together a little bit, but yeah, it is. It's. I don't know if he's actually going to pick it. To be honest, the attack one.
Oh, really?
But I'm not also sure whether he's going to pick. I'm not as certain as you.
Yeah. Okay.
But if he picks Ceremonial Dance, yeah, he's never playing the bottom, is he? So.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. So the AMD or the perks.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to run us through that?
Yeah. Okay. So you can remove 1 -1 card. Now this could be also revised for because it is a base character from Crimson Scales. It's not an add-on one or TOA. So this could be different, but we'll get an idea of what it looked like. Replace a -1 with a +0 poison. So 1 -1 gone. Poison is always good. Replace -1 with 1 +0 heal 1 mount, I believe. So he's got AMD ways of healing his mount.
Mm-hmm.
And I imagine that would be for any mount that you've got out there. Doesn't mean you have to be mounted, or is that symbol strictly what you're mounting?
Looking up at the card, it just says it has unique special summons called Mount, and it's got the symbol.
Okay.
And then it says movement occupied by the Mount summon. So yeah, it doesn't seem
Could be any.
probably just a line of sight, and then anything.
It'd be very restrictive if it was the one he was on.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, because I guess the thing as well is that they can draw it.
Yes, that's
So,
true.
yeah, okay. Interesting, yeah. Cool.
So that's 3 -1 so far, and then replace another -1 with a +0 heal 1 affect all summoned allies owned card. So that's 5 of them gone, which is pretty cool. Replace a -2 card with a -2 bless self card. So even his -2 becomes a little bit better. 2 +0s with 1 +0 immobilize and push 1 card. Okay. So it is thinning. And then replace a +0 card with 1 + X, where X is the number of summoned allies you own card.
That's cool. I mean, so by default, that's probably a +1, right? Like, he's usually going to be trying to ride around on 1. So,
Yeah. I think it's fair enough. Yeah, that's true. I don't know how urgent that one is, though. That'll probably be later. Replace +1 with 2 +1 rolling modifiers, +1 if summon is attacking. Very cool. Okay. So that will bring the power level. It's 1 AMD. Oh no, it's 2. You get 2. It will bring the power level of some of the shittier pets that have little attacking power on them. Up. You can get a +0 wound pierce card, pierce 1 card. Add 1 +1 make leaf, even better for you and him. 2 rolling pierce 2 ignore retaliate on the target cards. Very situational.
super situation.
And ignore negative scenario effects. Yeah, so I'd be curious of what that'll be interesting. What the non-AMD perks are.
Yeah, so and looking at those perks and what we've seen so far, I think one of the things that it seems to be lacking, which he'll have to play around, is the ability to summon. So it's that action economy. So summon outside of a turn. Because he doesn't have any way of bringing out a summon. Because they're all top actions as well.
Yeah.
So if you bring 3 summons, well, that means 3 of your turns potentially you're not attacking. You're just plonk, dropping mounts. And that starts limiting what you can do because, so you just want to try to have some ways of like attacking and getting things out or stuff like that. So,
how do you think he's gonna go with this?
I think I think Mark will do fine. I don't think that he's going to not figure it out. I don't know. I don't know what I don't really know what the puzzle here is. I think the puzzle is a summon puzzle, right? And it's interesting because he has played the Bone Shaper, so he has a little bit of experience with that. But it is probably going to have to be I still think you're going to have to be a bit careful with it.
Yeah.
So like, I mean, we saw 2 of the attacks are range attacks. Pretty low on one of them as well. But you're not going to want to be in combat all that much because other than that turtle, most of the others are getting 1 shot, maybe 1.5 shot. Like they've got 4 health, 4 health, 4 health. The dog, the camel's got 5, and the pack mule's got 4. So it's not uncommon for things to be hitting for 4 damage with what we're playing with. So
I've just managed to quickly scout out the potential updated perk list.
Oh yeah.
Just now, and I'm more looking straight for those non-AMDs to see if there's any different. Now this could be incorrect, but we'll find out soon. Ignore scenario effects and add. So in the original one that we were just unboxing there, it's ignore scenario effects and add a +1. So this one says ignore scenario effects and add 1 plus 0, pierce 1, and wound card.
Okay, that's completely different.
Yeah. And then it's got 2 non-AMD perks. One says practiced control. While you are mounted on a summon, all summoned allies within range 1 of you ignore retaliate.
That's cool. That's very cool. Because that's one of the problems with summons, right?
Yes.
You can't control them and they just go up and whack something that has retaliate 1, retaliate 2. And with these summons having 4 health, all it takes is a wound, a wolf that has 1 retaliate. It goes up and punches the wolf, and suddenly now your thing's going to die in 1 hit. Yeah, okay, that's cool.
And Stampede. Once per scenario on your turn, you may have each of your summons perform move plus 0. You do not control the movement.
That's funny.
Yeah, interesting. The masteries, I mean, I don't really use masteries or go for them, but I know that some of you guys enjoy, as an extra little challenge kind of thing. For an entire scenario, end each of your turns mounted on a summon you summoned on the first round.
Oh yeah, that's cool. So just ride the same summon through. I love that as a challenge. That's really cool. I mean, that's something that you could do as well without really massively sacrificing your play style.
Yeah.
Like if you go into a scenario going like, I mean, I think the camel one, which is the ignores difficult terrain, is an interesting example of that because it's got 5 health, so it's got good health, and it's got the 2 move but ignore difficult. If you're in a scenario where you know that's going to be really useful, you can probably play around something like that.
That's true.
Yeah.
Considering...
What's the other one?
Oh, yes.
Oh, sorry. What were you going to say?
No. I was already distracted and going on to something else. The other one is in a single scenario, perform at least 2 actions mounted on each of 6 different summons.
Okay, so now on the flip side, that one is one of those you're probably not really doing that much useful shit because you have to. I mean, even just playing 6 different summons, like in itself, that means 6 of your 10 cards are summons.
Yeah.
Now I know that some of them have some interesting, like, kind of bottom actions on there. But yeah, that is a bit rough.
Yeah. No, I like it. I like it a lot. It'll be cool to see Mark, manipulating pets kind of thing. We haven't really seen him do that since the Bone Shaper when he was all in on one. Towards the end of the Bone Shaper, and then prior to that, I mean, most of the pets we've seen were you on one of your characters from Frosthaven, and that's kind of it, really.
Yeah, it is. So no, it'll be fascinating. It'd be cool to see a new character in play. See something else. And I think it is going to be one of those ones that's going to force a little bit of teamwork and coordination because we're going to have to consider where they're going. We're going to make sure that his summons aren't getting booked, right? Like, because that's just going to massively, like, impact him. So yeah, it'll be a fun little puzzle to solve.
And you finally have a buddy, at least for elements, because it was looking grim. I mean, this could have been anything. Like, it could have been wind, or it could have been, back to dark light again, or even ice. We haven't seen that. So, it's just, the stars are aligning.
It is. So.
All right.
Awesome.
Thanks, guys. Thanks for unboxing that with me. We will see how that goes this week or next week. Until then, bye-bye.
See you later.